YouTube, welcome back. Today I have some additions to our curriculum to show you. And I was going to do two separate videos, but I figured that I could push this into one video and it wouldn't be too long. So the first thing I want to talk about are the kind of additions to our curriculum. So we have the spines for all of our subjects, but sometimes I feel like adding in a little bit more if I feel like maybe the curriculum at the moment is just a little too bare, and I want to kind of challenge the kids a little bit more. So what I went ahead and did was I bought a few of these Evan Moore daily review workbooks on rainbowresource.com, which I will post the link to that in the
I kind of want.
Hold on, buddy. Why don't you go play and I'll come down in just a minute, okay? Sorry about that. So I will post the link in the description box, but I wanted to show you what we're doing. So this is the daily language review. This is for grade 1. It is correlated to the Common Core, which I could care less about, to tell you the truth. But, so basically, they're just work pages, and they are broken up into days of the week. And so you've got a short activity for each day. For instance, this is Monday. And so in this activity, they want you to make 2 words in the and family, then choose the best word for the sentences, and then fix this sentence. And that's it. So it's very easy and quick, and it just helps to kind of reinforce some of the things we've been learning, and even catch some of those things that may not be a focus in the spine curriculum we're using. I know sometimes we may be using a curriculum and think, oh, we haven't done that, or maybe you have a math curriculum and it's not really picking up on money and time, or there's things that are lacking that your kids need to be learning. And so that's kind of why I picked some of these up. We are doing the Teach a Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons, and we are using Bob books, and let me see, I'm trying to think what else. I do have some Kumon workbooks we're using, but I wanted to kind of focus on grammar a little bit more, and so that's what we started today. And like I said, they're so quick and easy that the kids don't even notice that they're doing something extra. I also bought the daily word problems, the math word problems. This is grade 1 as well. And it's the same idea, the same principle. So you have each day of the week, you have a different word problem. So this one says, each dolphin swam next to a different boat. If there were 3 boats, how many dolphins were there? And so they tell you how many dolphins there were, and then they have to write a number sentence. And so it's just getting them used to word problems. I remember in school when we started word problems, they scared me for some reason. Like I'm not bad at math, but for some reason word problems would just scare me. And so I wanted my son and my children that will be doing this next to feel comfortable with word problems, to not even think differently about word problems, that they're just it's just a math problem. It's just you're using words instead of just numbers. So we added that, and then this we added, we're not really doing a geography study per se. We're doing a little bit in our history, but I'm rotating this with science. So we do science twice a week, and so this will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And this is basically, it's the same thing again, but they're basically maps, and it goes into, it has like a teaching setup here for you to read through. And it's kind of set up in a way that you could do this, obviously in a classroom. I don't worry too much about this. I'll look over it and see if there's anything I can add. But basically, the kids get the map, and the way it's broken down is it's broken down by day. But because, like, if you can see Monday here, there's just 2 questions and that's it. What we're actually going to do is we will do all of the questions for one day because they're just really easy and quick. I'll read them to the kids and they'll just tell me out loud because there are quite a few. Let's see, there's like 36 weeks of maps. And so if we do one, I want to say, I guess 2 weeks worth every week, we'll probably get close to finishing the book by the end of our semester. So that's another thing we added into the curriculum. Sorry if I seem distracted. Kids are kind of doing stuff in the background, and so I'm trying to kind of keep an ear on them and focus on this at the same time. So I told you how we had been doing Apologia and it was just too much at this grade level. We'll probably come back to Apologia later when they're older. But for now, I wanted something that was hands-on, but also taught basic science concepts. We are looking at possibly doing, there are 3 different curriculums I'm trying to decide on doing next year for science. One is Real Science for Kids. The other is Real Science Odyssey for Kids, I think. Or it's just Real Science Odyssey. And then the other is A Reason for Science. So I'm still trying to figure out which one, because whatever we do, I need to make sure that we have hands-on experiments, because my kids learn a lot better at this age through hands-on activities when they can piece it together with what they're reading and what they're seeing. So I went ahead and picked up a bunch of these Evan Moore, they're called Science Works for Kids series, and we're just going to work through them for the rest of the semester. And we're going to go at our own pace, and these are set up for classroom use, and so there's certain things we will be using in them, certain things we're not, but it's pretty much all laid out, so it's nice for me to be able to come up with experiments quickly, and they're at the level for the kids. So they're grades 1 to 3, but it's not anything above their heads. Probably the most difficult thing for my kids, being more kindergarten to first, is going to be the writing. And so we did some writing today, but some of the experiments where they call for like writing the reactions or your hypothesis down in a logbook, we'll just talk out loud about that stuff. So we're starting with water this week, and I'll kind of show you what we did. So this is for if the child was having their own logbook, which would come in handy if your child was a little bit older and was better at writing and things like that. Obviously my kindergartner is not gonna fill any of this up today. So let's see. We started with water is a liquid. It has certain properties. So we wanted to talk about the properties of water. So it talks about giving each child a cup of water, not telling them that it's water, and ask them to describe what's in their cup. So we talk about it's clear, it doesn't have a smell, it doesn't have a taste, it feels wet. And then finally you let them drink it and they say, oh, it's water. And so we talked about how the water has certain properties. And then we went on to water investigation. And this was 3 different investigations of water. And we learned that water takes the shape of its container, water flows downhill, and water has surface tension. So there are 3 little experiments that are laid out for you to do, and it gives you the materials and the steps, and they have follow-up questions. There's an extension activity we didn't get to today, but that was about mixing liquids and how not all liquids mix. Here are these would be the basic instructions for the kids themselves. If you had like their own logbook. And then at the end here, there are some places for them to record their findings. We didn't do this one, we talked about it, but we did do these pages together. Basically, they circled which statements were true about water, so I read these out loud, and they circled the ones that were true. And then over here that says what does water do, and we're to write about each picture. So this was the 3 investigations we did. So water takes the shape of its container, water flows downhill, water has surface tension. So basically what I did was I wrote what they were supposed to write on our dry erase board, and they just copied it here. So that was pretty easy. Later this week on Thursday, we will be doing water occurs in 3 forms: in nature, liquid, solid, gas. And so they're going to make a mini book, and we are going to do, there's some different activities like find the water, is it a liquid or a solid. Here's the template for the mini book, and so that's what we will do on Thursday, and then we'll move on next week to all the other activities. And like I said, there's certain things in here we probably won't do, but we will definitely be able to do quite a bit, and enough for them to grasp an idea about the concepts that we're talking about and the basic principles of water. And the same thing goes with these. I got one on geology. I'll just kind of flip through it a little bit. The pictures are nice. It's not color, but what's nice about it for the kids at my age, when they have a chance to, you know, label things or write in things, they can also color as well. The pictures are nice to color on. I have one for plants. And like I said, a lot of this we do together out loud. In a classroom, you would probably have your child, the student, either doing it individually or in a group. But, you know, kindergarten and first grade, talking out loud and discussing out loud kind of works best at this point. This one is how your body works. And the last one is exploring space. Now, I don't know if we will get through all of these in this last semester. I'm thinking we will get close. If not, we will definitely continue to use these within the next year. We'll just fit them into our science curriculum next year. I could use them as additional resources to back up our spine. So this is what I've purchased recently on, like I said, rainbowresource.com. I love their website because you can find almost anything, and it's a lot cheaper typically than if you went to the website, the publisher's website itself. Sorry. I was in the middle of talking and I started yawning at the same time. Yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. You know, I'm still trying to really figure out what works best for our family as far as curriculum and materials. I think that's probably just going to be an ongoing thing because as the kids grow and change, their likes and dislikes are going to change. And that's fine. You know, as they get older, they'll be able to tell me and choose what they want. But my son has said more than once that he really likes this new school. That's how he puts it. And basically he's telling me that we've changed to where we're doing school all in the morning. We're doing like 3 to 4 hours in the morning instead of splitting it like 2 hours lunch and then 2 hours. It's just working better for them. We're doing more hands-on with the science. Like I said, I cut down on the amount of history we're doing, and they're just really, really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I don't dread doing school. you know, it's a lot more enjoyable. And so I'm excited about that. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.